All right, you guys. Well, we're so excited. This is Cleta the Cheetah. This is our Boss Babe call. It is week one of our brand new 2026 Boss Babe. It's time. It's time. Don't y'all ever say that yourself? Say, it's time. How many of y'all started a diet or a eating schedule, a eating plan on January the 1st? A lot of people do. And so, it's time for us to do some things different this year. And I love that in Mary Kay, we have two New Years. We have this one, January the 1st, and then we also have July the 1st. So we have two big old chances. You can start over anytime. Y'all know I can't remember if it was Cheryl Warfield that used to say, you can start a diet in the middle of eating a potato chip where you just go, I'm done. And you throw the other half in the trash can? And so we can start over anytime, but this is one that Karen Bridle and some of the national sales directors and national sales directors emeritus, Karen did the whole book. The book is amazing. So if you're watching this, you want to get the book, the workbook, and print it out because there's so many really great things in here. And so I want to read this first part to you, and then we'll start the video that we'll take some notes on. Okay. So on that first page, it says, it's time. You can feel it. Something in you knows that it's time. This dream has been in your heart for a good while. You've imagined it, you prayed over it, you've talked about it, you've attempted it before, but this time it just feels different. This is a fresh start. There's a spark rising in you, hope, confidence, and a quiet strength. You're ready to stretch beyond your comfort zone. You're ready to trust God in the unfamiliar places. You're ready to stop circling the idea and finally just get into action. It's hard to put into words, but deep down, you know it's time. It's time. You've grown through the setbacks. You've been shaped by the challenges. You're prepared for what's next. You know what to do. Esther stood at a similar crossroads centuries ago. Her incredible story is told in the Bible, in the book of Esther. Her moment required boldness, courage, and obedience. She wasn't seeking the spotlight, but she recognized that she was positioned, and y'all probably that have studied it, called for such a time as this. Her willingness changed everything for her people. And now it's your turn for such a time as this. Your gifts, your confidence, your faith, someone needs only what you can bring. For such a time as this, it's time for you to step out on faith. So, the Boss Babe checklist, what you're going to have to make some changes this year. Number one is courage, belief, commitment to my best, ready to get into action, desire to impact lives. And I think you all the ones I'm looking at on the screen, you have that. You're ready. It's time to step boldly into this new Boss Babe series. Get ready. 2026 is your year. It's time. Okay, so the verse for this week is Esther 4:14. And it says, for if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arrive from another place, but you and your father's family will perish. Who knows? But that you have come to your royal position. It's Queen Esther, you guys, for such a time as this. So you can go back and read that story. It is amazing, but also you kind of think of it for yourself. Maybe you're here for just this is the time for you to do those things that you have been dreaming about. Okay. So we want to kind of think about, it says, look over some things that last year that you did good. And Karen talked about this last week when we talked about it. What's some things you learned? What's some things that you helped grow you last year? And what are you called to be pursuing right now? So at some point, like today or tomorrow, maybe tonight after the call, write down what is on your heart to pursue for this year. Okay. And that's your goal. So we're gonna, in your book, you'll see on the page 4, it talks about self-reflection. Get a few minutes to get clear on why now is the time and reflect on all that will change when you do get into action to reach these goals. So it wants you to say, why is now your time? All the things that are changed when you do accomplish this goal, the it's time goal, and a minute to write a prayer to God and or a letter to yourself and share what's on your heart as it's time. So I just encourage you this week to fill that sheet out. It's going to mean more to you later. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and Um, in your workbook, the first video tonight is going to be on Senior National Sales Director Emeritus, who is emeritus of 5 days, like January 1. And when I tell you, she was so emotional at the $1 million reunion, just like that she's retiring. I mean, and her daughter, she has given her unit to her, and her daughter is a sweetheart. Her daughter was her office manager. She'll probably tell that, maybe not tell her story. But anyway, Lisa Madson, she's been in the company the same amount as me, 40 years, and something around the same time. So I've known of her my whole Mary Kay life. And I remember her as a top director and then becoming a national sales director. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. If you guys will turn to, we're going to come back to some of the other stuff in the book, but let's go ahead and turn to week 1. It's page 14. That's a place that you can take notes on, and we will come back together in just a second after we listen to this video. So let me get this video on and looking good. I do want to share the sound. Yes, I do. We hate it when we don't share the sound when we're trying to do a video, right? Okay.
Us babes, this is Senior National Sales Director Emeritus. Wow, still surreal to say. Lisa Madson is my name. I'm recording this in December, but by the time you hear this, I will officially be retired. And I have to tell you, I never thought this day would really come. I signed up at 26 years old, and now I'm 65 and a half. I grew up in this business, you guys. Mary Kay shaped my entire life. So when I think about this, It's Time series, I smile because I know that those words really mean it's time. It's time to stop waiting. It's time to stop wondering. It's time to stop procrastinating. It's time to take action on the dream in your heart. And my story is proof that the moment you decide it's time, everything changes. When I look back on my journey, one thing stands out. I got into action immediately. On day one, the day I signed my independent beauty consultant agreement, my sales director told me to get 5 bookings. So I got 5 bookings. Then she said, get 8. So I got 8. Then she said, get 12. So I got 12. Then she said, that's awesome. Now get 15. And I remember looking at her like, are you kidding me? I only have 2 sisters and I already made one of them book 2. But here's the truth. Action creates confidence. Action builds courage. Action produces results. And from those 12 bookings, because I learned how to get my bookings from my bookings, I held 102 parties my very first year. Not because I was good. It's because I was consistent. And that consistency gave me confidence. The 5 things I did consistently are: number 1, I booked. Number 2, I coached. Number 3, I sold. Number 4, I rebooked. And number 5, I team built. Every party, every week, every month. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't complicated. It was simply consistent. In November of 1987, just 1 year after I began my career, I earned the use of my first Mary Kay career car. And then something interesting happened. I stopped recruiting. I didn't have a new goal. And I started thinking. I started analyzing. I didn't want to bother anyone. I didn't fully understand the big picture of what Mary Kay could do for someone else. I was more worried about what people thought of me than what this opportunity could mean for them. My sales director stepped in and said something that changed the entire trajectory of my life. She said, Lisa, you need a new goal. She told me I needed to become a sales director. I had every excuse ready to go. I can't. I'm pregnant. I'm due in March. This was January. It's not good timing. I'm not ready. But she knew. She knew if I didn't get into motion again, I would go backward instead of forward. So I submitted my letter in January to become a sales director. January, February, March. The baby was due in March. Terrible timing? Absolutely. But timing doesn't create success, action does. And because I worked full circle, booking, coaching, selling, rebooking, and team building, I became a sales director on May 1st. Was it easy? There'd be a no. I had a problematic pregnancy and was on bed rest the last 2 weeks before my son was born. Since I got all my parties from my parties and my bookings from my bookings and my team members from my parties, it really slowed me down. But I didn't give up. My phone worked and so did my mouth. So I called people. I had Kyle on a Saturday and I was back at my Monday night meeting 9 days later with guests. We finished on May 1st. So baby Kyle went to a lot of interviews with me and he helped me to team build because they thought it was pretty cool that I could do this with my baby. Fast forward 10 months. It's January 1989. I remembered something important. The January before, I had 10 parties on my books when I went into DIQ, and I knew that's why I moved so fast. So I told my new unit of 10 months to get 10 parties on their books for the month of January. And to help them do that, I even suggested that they offer a hostess special, 10% off for the entire year of 1989 if she would hold a party and bring some friends. Ladies, it worked. My date book filled. My team's date book filled. And momentum exploded. And because of that explosive January, my brand new unit, only 10 months old, became the number 4 unit in the Ruby seminar. People looking at the Applause magazine were thinking, who is Lisa Madson? I've never heard of her. That's what happens when you combine urgency, bookings, consistency, and a clear January strategy. Some of you might think, well, I don't want to give away 10% off for the year. Ladies, listen. If she buys $200 from you all year long, that's $20 in free product. If she buys $1,000 all year long, she saves $100 retail. It's not that much. And you can adjust the percentage if you want to, but you need new people. You need to meet new people. So if you get a hostess to hold the party and bring people, that will help you to do that. You get new customers because you offered a discount. You get new bookings because you offered a discount, and you get new team members. And team members equal commissions. Commissions equal growth, and growth equals choices. You can even do it if you want 15% off for the first 15 days of January and 10% off for the last 16 days. Create the urgency. Create the urgency. Kit and commit. Some of you have heard this. Booking 8 parties in a 2-week period. This kit and commit challenge ties beautifully into the strategy of what I'm talking about right now. Some of the national sales directors were at a national sales director meeting, and I want to just shout out to Kim McClure, Heidi Gelzer, Kristen Sharp, Brittany Jenks, and Julia Monday Garner. They are the ones that came up with Kit and Commit. Consultants were booking 8 parties in a 2-week period to hold by December 15th. It's really the old perfect start that Mary Kay Ash taught us. What's old is new. So I'm challenging you to book a minimum of 8 parties in a 2-week period. And if you want explosive growth, go ahead and book 10 or even 12. But don't just write the goal. Put a highlighter block around the specific times in your calendar that you can hold the parties, create the space, and then fill the space. And when those parties hold early in the month, rebook for the second half of January. You will amaze yourself. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Let's talk about fear. I had fear every step of the way. Fear of getting the first 5 bookings. Fear of asking the bookings from bookings. Fear of doing my first parties. fear of becoming a sales director while pregnant, fear of stretching into every new level that I achieved on the career path. But here's what I learned. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward, even with the fear. If I had waited to feel brave, I would still be sitting there with my unopened inventory covered in hives because that's what happened when my inventory arrived when I was a brand new consultant. I would have been sitting there wondering if I could succeed. You build courage by doing the things you're afraid of. This is your it's time moment. If I could go from a nervous, insecure 26-year-old hoping to make $70 a week to lead a world-class national area to retiring with over 17 millions in commissions throughout my 39-year journey, then what's possible for you? Your miracle year doesn't start with certainty. It starts with a decision. It's time. It's time to believe. It's time to move. It's time to say yes. It's time to go for it. It's time to book the parties. It's time to take the action. It's time to step into the dream God placed in your heart. You are one decision away from a completely different year and maybe even a completely different life. Don't wait for courage. Don't wait for perfect. Just decide because God already equipped you. Now it's time to move. It's time. May God bless you. May God bless every effort you make. And may He multiply your courage, your joy, and your results. Dream big, work hard, and enjoy every moment of your journey because 2026, it's your time. Thank you.
All right, you guys. She got so emotional talking at the other one and at the $1 Million Reunion. And several times I've seen her since then, and got a big retirement party at leadership conference. But anyway, I love her message. I mean, I've heard her story, but not all of it. So I thought it was fantastic. We're going to open it up to talk about this for a second. Before we do, I want to just kind of tell you that in the book, there is a little place for you to put your goals. Karen talked about this last week of some things you want to change in your, not just your Mary Kay, but in your whole like action that you want to take this year. So this is the page that's going to go on there. And some of you may have already started some things you're going to do different this year, right? What am I going to do different this year? What's some actions I'm going to take? So I want you to fill this up, not just your Mary Kay, but anything. And of course, this is your tracking sheet for Kit and Commit for you to be able to write down your 8 bookings and your 5. And then right after the page here, there is an IPA tracking sheet. So you're going to want to fill that out each week. And then you'll talk about this page with your sales director. And you have the income producing activities. It says there's a party when you have at least 3 faces. That's 2 what they call IPAs, income producing activities. 2 facials is one or 2 women. Okay, that's an IPA. 2 bookings, that's a facial, a party, or some 2 people come to a guest event. That's 1. These all count as 1. Okay, except for the party counts as 2. $100 in sales, a sharing appointment within 24 hours followed up after you do a sharing appointment to get their decision by you and or your director. A guest that comes to a meeting or a guest event, um, share the contact with your director as well. 7 new contacts or leads. You just go out and get 7 new names. Okay, that counts as 1. 1 new team member, coaching call with the sales director, and attending your unit meeting, whether it be Zoom or in person. Those all count as a IPA, income producing activity. And you're just going to put here's the thing, we're on day 5. So honestly, week 1 is this week. It really is like I mean, if you look at your calendar, we do have 4 more full weeks. So, if the first 3, you can just do to this week as week 1 here. Okay. And then you're just going to put how many every day did you do? So tonight you may go and look and say, all right, and it only has 5 blocks, but y'all know sometimes we work more than 5 days a week, right? So you're going to draw them in here, and by the end of the week, you're going to look up there, and it says if you're trying to be a sapphire or ruby star, you're going to do at least 5 to 10 a week of these things. If you're trying to be a emerald or a diamond star, 10 to 15 a week. If you're a pearl star or if you're a DIQ, 15 a week. So then if you're going for that, that's what you need to look at. And it just kind of, I'll tell you what I compare it to. It's kind of like this little thing I'm doing where every time I eat, I have to take a picture of it and put it in this app, like a picture of my plate. It tells me to do it before I eat because then it'll say, well, even though nuts are good, those 12 pecans have a lot of fat. And then, anyway, so like by writing it down and me, like with the food, knowing what I eat, it helps me be more mindful. By writing down my IPAs every day, it's going to help me be more mindful of what I'm doing to get to my goals. So I really want y'all to, even if you've never done this before, for these 6 weeks, just like if you were doing a food thing, for 6 weeks, keep up with your IPAs of what you do. And at the end of the day, look and go, did I do anything that produces income or did I just think about Mary Kay? Right? So I know we can do it. And we're going to start. We say it's time. All right. So let's go ahead and what I'm going to do is, since it is the first week of January, I do want to show just 2 things that Mary Kay kicked off, and then we will open it up for a little discussion of what we heard too. Does that sound good? So let me just pull this up and show it to you real quick. And then we will, let's see if I can find it real quick. Okay. Okay, here we go. So if y'all have probably heard about the rise and radiate, okay? Rise and radiate. So this is a challenge that started, we've had the power up and grow, right? So we're powered up, so now we're rising and we're radiating, all right? We're shining like a diamond in the sky. So this is what Mary Kay is doing for, we've always done different things for 600s in Mary Kay for years. And so anyone that does from January to June does 4 out of the 6 months that you do a $600 wholesale order, and you go to seminar, you're going to get standing recognition. Okay. If you do 5, you get a sash, and the sash, they're actually going to mail it to you, and you can bring it with you to seminar, or you can wear it at your unit meetings. That's what I want to see. All yellow sashes after the 5th month. Okay. Because seminar until August, right? So they're going to mail that one to you. And then if you do it 6 months, all 6 months, you're going to get this branded Mary Kay quilted crossbody bag and a special 6-month achiever, and you get to go on stage. Now that's a big fat deal, okay, to get to go on stage at seminar. So that's it. So really, the long and the short of this is you don't want to miss a month. And you got to start out this month to sell enough so you can do a 600 wholesale order, sell 1,200. That's only selling $300 a week. Okay. And with the kit and commit, honestly, you could do it one party. You might have a $1,200 party, put your 600 in, boom. Okay. So it's exciting. If you only do the 5 or the 4, they don't have to be, all in a row. Okay. So that's the first thing. Then that's for beauty consultants, you guys. Okay, that's for the beauty consultants. They also have this for the nationals and the sales directors. Hang on. Okay, so the beauty consultants, that's the first one. The sales directors it is a unit size growth contest. Okay, so any sales director that grows her unit by 10%, 20%, or 30% by seminar, a 6-month growth contest, and these are non-terminated unit size. So they're going to count the non-Ts, which is people that have ordered at least 225 in the last 3 months. So it ends on June 30th. So on In Touch, you can find your number and what it needs to be. If you do 10%, you get that cute little orange and pink bag, a branded crossbody bag that says Mary Kay on it. If you grow by 20%, you get this Amy Kestenberg bag. If you grow by 30, you get both. Because who doesn't need bags? We all need them. We need more. Okay. And then the Nationals have their own challenge too, where their whole area grows by 10, 20, or 30%. So that's the rise and radiate challenge. Okay. So some of your units, I know my unit, we're doing special things for 600s as well. The truth is, it's easy to order 600 a month when you're doing something like that kit and commit. You got to have some products, right? Because you're going to be selling. Okay, the next thing I want to show just real quick is the new bingo thing. And if y'all aren't familiar with it, it started today, and it is a I don't even know how many weeks it is. Hang on, I'm fixing to tell you, but I know it started this week, so hang on just a minute. I'm going to share my screen with you. This I'm actually sharing. I have some flyers, but honestly, I'm going to share it straight from InTouch. So this is the bingo challenge. There is a little bingo board right here that you can download. It looks like this if you can see it. And I'll show it to you a little bit bigger. But it says pink out and earn. There's going to be, it's 8 weeks. I'm trying to think how many weeks it was. 8 weeks. Some of the weeks you have more than one challenge. This is one of those weeks. Okay. Each square represents a bingo, like something you're going to do, that you're going to achieve a task, achievements, a product related activity that Mary Kay tells you. Where are you going to find out what are you supposed to do each week? Okay. You're going to look on the Mary Kay Facebook group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this little video for you guys, and then we will, let me see. I don't think I got to go back to share it because I don't think I hit share the sound. Yes, I did. Girl, yes. Okay. So let me play this little video for y'all. Okay, so I'll just pause right here. The 2 challenges that they came out with today is so great because it's what we're going to do anyway. Number 1 is host an in-person beauty session. They're calling it, what do we call it? A party, or a facial. An in-person party or a facial. And then the second part of it is you're going to create a post showing off your favorite Mary Kay products and share it on any social media platform using hashtag Mary Kay Bingo. So you're going to do a party or a facial. You're going to do at least one post showing your favorite product. You're going to hold it up and you're going to show it and you're going to talk about it and you're going to put hashtag Mary Kay Bingo. That's it. Okay. Next Monday, you'll get the next challenge. And what are the rewards? Okay. The rewards is they are going to have a bingo virtual event. And if you do all the squares, you will get, there's a Mary Kay form that you're going to fill out that says, I did all the squares. It's an honor system, you guys. And I always say, if you're going to lie about a bingo with Mary Kay, we got other problems going on. So you're going to do them. You're going to do all the squares. And then you're going to have there be a form for you to fill out to be invited to this bingo night. They're going to show a virtual tour of the manufacturing plant. I thought that was kind of cool. And they're going to do prizes. So here's the thing. It's an IPA, right? I mean, the party is posted one time. It's not an IPA. If you did enough of them, it would be. But we are all on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all the different things. So why not do a post? It's an easy challenge. So this week, if you do nothing else, hold an appointment, facial somebody, you guys, and do a post about one of your favorite products. And make sure you put hashtag Mary Kay Bingo. Okay. So those are the 2 big things that is out, that's new for the new year that I wanted to tell you about tonight. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and stop this call. But anyone that'd like to stay on, I would love to talk with you just a minute about maybe one thing you got out of the thing with Lisa Madson.